Are you prepared for storms and flooding? Here are some recommendations and tips from the Alameda County General Services Agency, Office of Sustainability, and voluntary organizations active in disasters. Flooding is the most common natural disaster in the U.S., so it's important to understand the risks and know what to do if a flood occurs. Atmospheric rivers are long, narrow regions in the atmosphere that transport water vapor. You can think of them as rivers in the sky. Atmospheric rivers that carry large amounts of water vapor and strong winds can create extreme rainfall and lead to flooding and mudslides. Flash floods begin within a few hours to even minutes after intense rainfall. This gives people little time to prepare and take precautions. Flooding occurs in areas where the ground is unable to absorb all of the fallen water. Urban areas are particularly vulnerable to flash flooding because of all the impervious paved surfaces. A flood watch is when conditions for floods are favorable and possible, and a flood warning is when flooding is imminent or happening. Mudslides can happen when water rapidly accumulates in the ground. Mudslides can contain water, mud, rocks, and debris. Watch for mudslides in areas with steep slopes and runoff, construction, and burned land from wildfires. Mudslides can cause road closures, which will be posted to the public works site for the county. Storms bring strong winds with ranging intensity. Strong winds may produce difficult driving conditions for vehicles and knock down trees, power lines, fences, and temporary structures. Loose or unsecured objects may be blown away. A wind advisory is when sustained winds of 31 to 39 miles per hour for an hour or more and/or wind gusts of 46 to 57 miles per hour for any duration are expected. A high wind warning is when sustained winds of 40 miles per hour or higher for an hour or more, or wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher for any duration are expected. And a high wind watch is when high wind warning conditions are possible. So, who is most vulnerable? To allow extra travel time, older adults and people with disabilities may consider evacuating during evacuation warnings or at any point that they feel unsafe. Never wait to be told to leave an unsafe situation. People with medical conditions. Floodwaters may contain diseases that can cause or worsen health impacts. People living in older homes. Water may leak into the house due to deteriorated foundation. Low-income individuals, they may not have access to transportation such as a car to evacuate, and the unhoused. They are very susceptible to the impacts of floods and storms. Their lives and belongings are at high risk. Here's a map showing the flood hazard areas for the county. Neighborhoods near the San Lorenzo Creek, Alameda Creek, San Antonio Reservoir, the Bay Shoreline, and more are at high risk of flooding. You can view FEMA's website to see if you are located in the FEMA floodplain. The terms 100-year flood and 500-year flood are used to describe the chance of a flood happening. A 100-year flood is a flood that has a 1 in 100 or a 1% chance of occurring each year. So how can you prepare and stay safe? First of all, turn around, don't drown. Never walk or drive through floodwaters, and never go around warning barricades. People and items, including cars, can be easily swept away in fast-moving floodwaters. Just 6 inches of water can knock you over, and 1 foot of water can float many vehicles. Avoid contact with floodwater. There may be pollutants, debris, downed and charged power lines, or animals such as snakes hiding in floodwaters. When high winds are expected, remove or secure any outdoor hazards such as patio furniture, garbage cans, grills, children's toys, and more. Place sandbags along the perimeter of your home to divert water away from the foundation. Visit the county's Public Works website to view where sandbags are available for pickup. You may need to evacuate quickly, so keep your car gas tank at least half full. Never touch or drive over downed power lines. The charges may electrocute you. And do not return home until it's safe. After a flood, your home may be contaminated with mold or sewage, which can cause health risks. So dry out your home and clean or remove all contaminated items. And wear protective clothing when cleaning up. Wait for further instructions from authorities or professionals before turning on or off electricity and gas, and check with local authorities to ensure your drinking water is safe and has not been contaminated. I've shared a lot of information, and now I will ask you a couple questions about some of the key facts you just heard. This will help you hold on to the most important key pieces of information. Pause the video after I read the options to think about your answer. Then press play again to hear the answer. First question. If you need extra time to evacuate, when should you leave? 1. When it rains heavily. 2. Whenever you feel unsafe. Or 3. When someone knocks on your door. The answer is 2. Whenever you feel unsafe. Populations such as older adults or people with disabilities may need extra time to evacuate due to mobility. Next question. What is a flood warning? 1. When the conditions for floods are favorable and possible. Or 2. When flooding is imminent or happening. The answer is 2. When flooding is imminent or happening. Last question. What is a 100-year flood? 1. A flood that occurs every 100 years. Or 2. A flood that has a 1 in 100 or 1% chance of occurring each year. The answer is 2. A flood that has a 1 in 100 or 1% chance of occurring each year. And here are links to storm and flood related resources. They will be linked in the description below. Thank you for watching our training and for everything you do to help make our community healthier and more resilient. To stay connected with us, sign up to become a member of VOAD and follow along with Alameda County at ready.ac.gov.org.